good. You good. You good.
Champ, buddy, show me. Champ, come on, get up there. Champ, boss lady, get up there.
So, you thought the BET Awards were about music and trophies? Think again. Because while the cameras were rolling and the celebrities were pretending to clap for each other, Remy Ma was backstage losing her entire mind. And Sis wasn't handing out hugs. Word on the street, and by street, we mean 4K phone footage from somebody's cousin's cousin, is that Remy Ma caught Papoose and Claressa Shields holding hands behind the curtain. And let's just say the only thing that got dragged more than Remy's reputation that night was Claressa's designer wig. Yes, a full-blown wig snatch. At the BET Awards. In heels. In front of sponsors. Are we shocked? Not really. Are we entertained? Oh, absolutely. Because this isn't just about petty jealousy or celebrity drama. This is about a broken marriage, a rising side chick, and a boxing champ who might have just thrown hands outside the ring. Did Remy really swing first? Was Claressa ready for the smoke? And did Papoose set the whole thing up to go viral? Buckle up. Because baby, the BET carpet turned bloody, and we've got every messy, wig-flipping detail coming up next. Welcome to Gossip Spill Vibe, where we don't just spill tea, we serve it with receipts. Let's rewind, because before the wig flew and the cameras caught chaos, there was an entire night of unspoken tension, fake smiles, and one very uncomfortable love triangle walking through the same red carpet in different shoes. The 2025 BET Awards were supposed to be a night of celebration, talent, and high fashion. But someone clearly forgot to tell Remy Ma that the real fight of the night wasn't on the stage. It was backstage. Behind the glitter, behind the choreography, behind the painfully rehearsed acceptance speeches, the real drama was cooking like hot tea on an open flame. You see, Remy Ma showed up solo. That was red flag number one. No Papoose in sight. No +1. No arm candy. Just her. A sheer black dress, a tight bun, and that signature "Don't Try Me" energy painted across her face like war paint. And it gets worse. Sources say she refused to walk the red carpet at the same time as Claressa Shields, who was also in attendance. Coincidence? Not even close. Because let's not act brand new. Everyone, from the blogs to the barbershops, already knew there was bad blood brewing between Remy and Claressa. And the reason had 3 syllables. Papoose. Yes, the husband, the rap legend, the man who stood by Remy during her entire prison bid, held her down, raised her kids, and built their image like hip-hop royalty. But somewhere between the jail visits and the love letters, something cracked. And in walked Claressa Shields, boxing champ, Olympic icon, and allegedly the new woman on Papoose's speed dial. Let's talk facts. Whispers of Papoose and Claressa being close friends had been circulating for months. But the BET Awards? That's where things got undeniable. Eyewitnesses, and by that we mean security guards who couldn't keep their mouths shut, reported seeing Papoose arrive through a private side entrance shortly after Claressa stepped out of her SUV. Not with Remy. Not alone. With Claressa's glam team. Then boom, photo proof started floating. Blurry, yes, but definitely them. Papoose standing behind Claressa as her stylist fixed her train. Papoose looking a little too proud of her red carpet look. Papoose smiling. Now, hold on. Smiling wouldn't usually be a crime. But when you're married to Remy Ma and your friend is wearing a custom dress with your initials stitched in the lining, yes, people zoomed in and saw the PL embroidery. That's not just smiling. That's provoking. And Remy? She knew it. According to a leaked audio clip that surfaced less than 2 hours after the show, Remy was heard in her dressing room saying, "If I see them holding hands, I swear I'm flipping this whole F*****ing awards show upside down." Well, somebody get the forklift, because not even 45 minutes later, she did just that. It started subtle. A glare here. A fake smile there. And then came the moment that set the whole night on fire. Papoose and Claressa were caught, on camera, standing backstage, laughing, hand on her lower back, whispering like middle schoolers at prom. And right as they turned to walk toward the green room, in walked Remy Ma. Fire explosion. Fire. Sources say she didn't say a word at first. Just walked up, eyed Papoose, eyed Claressa. Then she said, and we quote, "So, y'all just bold with it now? That's how we doing it." Claressa tried to defuse the situation. "It's not even like that." But Remy wasn't hearing it. She reached.
She grabbed.
She yanked.
Wig. Gone.
Just like that. BET staff screamed. Security froze. Someone dropped a tray of drinks. And one intern reportedly yelled, "Oh my god, this is better than the BET Hip Hop Awards." And here's the kicker. Claressa didn't fight back. She stepped back, fixed her hairnet, and said, "You've been wanting to do that since the DMs leaked. Go ahead, feel better?" Which is confirming much. At that moment, cameras started rolling, but it was too late. The wig was already on the floor, Remy was already storming off, and Papoose?
He just stood there.
Silent. Didn't defend Claressa. Didn't follow Remy. Didn't blink. Just pulled out his phone, looked at it, and sighed. People close to the situation claim Papoose later told a friend, "I told them both I wasn't picking sides. Guess they picked for me." Oh, it gets deeper. Because within minutes, someone, "We're looking at you, cousin Kiki," uploaded the footage to TikTok. And in less than 30 minutes, it had 2.1 million views, a Cardi B voiceover edit, a new trending sound titled Remy's Revenge, and 12,000 comments like, "Not Remy turning BET into UFC skull." Claressa stood there like a champ, cause she is one face with tears of joy. Papoose got more drama than Zeus Network RM. And just when we thought this was peak mess, BET's official feed posted a blank statement saying, "We do not condone violence. We are reviewing the situation that occurred backstage." Translation: we're waiting to see if this goes viral enough for a ratings boost. And baby did it. Meanwhile, Claressa posted a photo right after the altercation, face beat, edges still laid, with the caption, "A queen don't flinch, especially not for a crown that don't fit." Phew.
Remy? Silent.
No tweet, no post, no story. But fans spotted her at a nearby hotel an hour later. Barefoot, hair still perfect, but face done. Like she had cried, screamed, or fought off every demon she's ever met. And this is where the real chaos began, because after the footage leaked, after the comments exploded, and after Claressa's unbothered energy took over social media, someone dropped the bombshell that would blow everything wide open. A new leak. Not video, not audio, but screenshots. And in those screenshots, Remy's private group chat, the one with her stylist, Glam Squad, and yes, her lawyer, where she allegedly planned to confront Claressa if she dared to show her face. So was this a spontaneous meltdown? Or a premeditated wig-snatching mission? Because the moment those screenshots dropped, the internet turned on its head. So let's talk about those screenshots, because baby, when they hit the timeline, the internet lost its entire mind. Dropped by someone with a blurry avatar and a username like @SpillQueen2025, the screenshots weren't just messy. They were nuclear. Allegedly from a private group chat labeled Project Wig. Yes, really. The messages inside were not just gossip. They were a full blueprint for chaos. One message, supposedly from Remy Ma herself, read, "I swear, if she shows up with him, it's game over. I'll snatch the lace off her soul." And another, from a user named Glam Twins, replied, "We'll keep the heels in flats just in case. But girl, don't go to jail." But it was the last one that sent the internet spiraling. She thinks she got him? Bet. Watch this stage turn into a ring. I'm swinging first. Within minutes, Twitter had already decided that this wasn't just a meltdown. This was premeditated wig snatchage. This wasn't rage. It was strategy. Fans instantly split into two camps, one half calling Remy Ma unhinged and overdue for therapy, and the other half saying, she did what needed to be done, period. The memes were flying faster than the actual wig. Side-by-side photos of Claressa's face before and after the alleged drag were trending, even though, let's be honest, Claressa didn't flinch. And while Twitter battled it out, Claressa was getting a fresh blowout and posting a selfie captioned, "Can't hear the hate over all this applause."
Shady?
Absolutely. But also kind of iconic. Meanwhile, BET, trying to protect their reputation like it wasn't already soaked in drama, posted a vague statement that read, "An incident involving 2 guests occurred backstage. We are cooperating with both parties and prioritizing the safety and respect of all attendees." Translation: We're staying neutral until one of them drops a diss track. And let's be real, they probably had interns editing the backstage footage into a trailer before the night was even over. This wasn't just a scandal. This was a sequel waiting to happen. Remy Ma's team, on the other hand, went full lockdown. Her publicist unfollowed 4 major gossip accounts, turned off comments on her latest photo, and allegedly told her hairstylist, "Don't even breathe on live." Meanwhile, Claressa's manager was out here pitching a brand new campaign called "Wigs Don't Win Wars" to 3 edge control companies and a boxing glove brand. The hustle was insane. And guess who started trending next?
Yup. Papoose.
The man who said absolutely nothing and somehow managed to set the internet on fire with one facial expression. Fans went full FBI. TikTok detectives were pulling up old footage from Remy's birthday dinner, comparing it to Claressa's training videos. Someone zoomed in on a hoodie in the background of Claressa's IG post and matched it to one Papoose wore in 2023. People were like, "Oh, so y'all been cozy?" And just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, a Reddit thread dropped a side-by-side comparison of Remy's birthday shoutout for Papoose, full of hearts and prayer hands, versus Claressa's video of him holding pads and smiling like it was date night. And then came the tweet that broke the internet. Papoose out here training Claressa and destroying Remy's emotional core in one night. Talented. Brilliant. Never been done before. Instagram lives were popping up every 5 seconds. One girl who claimed to be a friend of a BET intern said, "Remy slapped a camera out of someone's hand and screamed, 'She can have him,' before storming off." Whether or not that's true doesn't even matter. Because on the internet, if it feels true, it is true. And Claressa? She wasn't done. She went live with a full face, edges laid to the gods, and energy so calm it was disrespectful. She said, "I wasn't gonna say anything. But when people try to drag your name, remind them who the real champ is. I'm undefeated in and out the ring." That was a full KO. The comment section exploded with, "She said what she said. Remy got dragged harder than her wig, and this BET Awards has more plot than 3 seasons of Power combined." And just when people thought Claressa was done, she dropped a partnership with a premium edge control brand. That's right, less than 72 hours after being physically attacked at an awards show, Sis inked a deal and launched a snatch-proof wig grip kit. It sold out in 2 hours. Remy's team? Silent. Not a word. No live. No tweet. No apology. Nothing. Until finally, a single black screen Instagram story appeared. White text. No tags. Just vibes. It read, "Some fights ain't worth it, but some girls need to get checked. Just facts." Everyone knew who it was for. Claressa didn't respond, but she didn't need to. The Shade Room picked it up within 4 minutes and posted, "Remy Ma breaks silence after BET wig fiasco. Subtle but swinging." Subtle? Girl, that message was wearing a name tag and gloves. And then the celebrities chimed in. Cardi B commented on a remix of the fight scene with a simple, "Oop eyes." Nicki Minaj liked a post that said, "Some wigs get snatched. Some girls get replaced." Even Megan Thee Stallion tweeted, "Protect your peace and your edges." Fans were creating fake BET posters titled BET Battle Edition, Remy vs. Claressa, and tagging Zeus Network to pick it up as a series. One user even created a fake trailer that edited their drama into a boxing match intro, with Claressa walking into DMX and Remy pacing like she was about to drop a diss track. But behind the jokes, the brand deals, and the burnt lace, something more serious was brewing. Allegedly, Remy's team was now in contact with legal counsel, not because of the fight, but because of the leaks. That group chat? That Project Wig plan? Those screenshots? They weren't supposed to get out. And now, there was talk of intent to slander, malicious leaks, and even a cease and desist on Claressa's post-fight product line. Some say Remy wants to sue the leaker. Others say she's just trying to regain control of the narrative. Either way, the tension isn't just online anymore, it's heading toward court. And just when we thought that was the cliffhanger, another leak dropped. This time, a voicemail allegedly from Remy to a mutual friend, where she says, "I'm not mad she has him. I'm mad he didn't even try to stop me." And that's the one that broke hearts. The comment section went from laughing to, "Damn, that's pain right there." So now we're left wondering, was this a fight about betrayal, attention, legacy, or all of the above? Because this drama isn't just about two women and one man. It's about pride, power, and public humiliation. And in this war, no one's wearing gloves anymore. But just when you thought this couldn't possibly get worse, someone shows up with legal papers, and the BET Awards fallout takes a turn toward the courtroom. Let's not sugarcoat it. By the time the BET Awards were over, so was Remy Ma's silence. Because behind all the viral edits, zoomed-in screenshots, and TikToks synced to Nuck If You Buck, something darker was unfolding. A lawsuit was in the air. And according to a very dramatic and very blurry copy of a legal document posted to Twitter by a burner account named @Remy's Revenge Files, Remy had officially begun the paperwork to press charges for defamation and emotional distress. Was it legit? Maybe. Was it believable? Oh, absolutely. Because in a world where group chats leak like cheap lace fronts and brand deals are announced faster than public apologies, nothing is off the table. One of the documents allegedly said Remy intended to take legal action not just against Claressa, but against BET itself, claiming the network failed to de-escalate the situation and allowed Claressa Shields' proximity to a known conflict zone. And let's be real, calling Claressa a conflict zone is kinda iconic. At the same time, insiders close to Claressa, by which we mean her cousin, who always talks too much on live, claimed that Claressa had her own legal team on standby. Not to defend herself, no, but to send a cease and desist to anyone falsely labeling her a homewrecker, mistress, or wig snatcher of the year. According to her team, those terms were damaging to her brand image and athletic legacy. Girl, what legacy? You out here selling snatch-proof grip tape on TikTok. And then came the shocker. BET allegedly barred both women from attending the next 2 award seasons until a professional resolution is reached. Translation: y'all either stop dragging each other on camera, or you're watching the next red carpet from home with some kettle corn and regrets. Remy Ma's camp responded instantly. A now-deleted story appeared on her stylist's page showing Remy in a makeup chair with a caption, "Unbothered, unbooped, and unbothered again." Meanwhile, Claressa was spotted courtside at a WNBA game with Papoose sitting right beside her. No touching, no PDA. Just that silent but deadly energy that screams, "We're making a statement," without saying a word. The photo hit Twitter and immediately got 5.2 million views. One user commented, "Remy dragged the wrong wig. Papoose never left." Another posted, "That ain't even Papoose anymore. That's Pap Shields." You know it's real when the internet gives y'all a celebrity couple name before you even admit it publicly. Now, while all this was exploding, let's not forget the deep cultural impact this whole mess caused. Talk shows picked it up. Morning radio shows debated who was right. There were memes, remixes, even AI-generated animations of the fight. One YouTube video titled Remy vs. Claressa, frame-by-frame breakdown pulled 9 million views in 2 days. Someone even recreated the BET backstage fight using The Sims. The Sims, y'all. Meanwhile, Claressa's popularity skyrocketed. Sponsorship deals rolled in. She became the face of 3 hair care brands, 1 sneaker line, and a new app called Gripped, allegedly designed to help women secure their wigs during high-stress events. Their tagline? Grip it, don't trip it. Remy, on the other hand, went full ghost mode. No lives, no interviews. Just one cryptic post with a broken heart emoji and the song, Unthinkable, by Alicia Keys playing in the background. The comments were ruthless. She's playing victim now? Ma'am, you threw the first grab. Should have stayed home. should have stayed silent. But just when it felt like Claressa had won the war, something happened. A new leak. This time not a screenshot, not a blurry photo, but a voice note. Allegedly recorded just days before the BET Awards, the voice sounded eerily like Papoose, venting to a friend. "I told Remy I was done emotionally, but I ain't think she'd lose it like this. I was never trying to embarrass her. I just needed peace." Instant heartbreak. The internet flipped again. Suddenly, Remy wasn't just the aggressor. She was the abandoned wife, the one who stood by a man through his come-up, only for him to switch lanes with a younger, undefeated replacement. One Twitter thread labeled it the saddest betrayal in rap history. Another dubbed Claressa the real reason behind the breakup. Now fans started looking at Claressa differently. Was she just a pawn? Or was she plotting this whole time? The debate was ugly, personal, and endless. In an attempt to control the narrative, Claressa finally sat down for an exclusive interview with a lifestyle YouTuber who usually talks about lip gloss and laundry hacks. And in that interview, Claressa said, "People think I'm trying to take something from Remy. But truth is, I didn't come between anything. They were already broken. I just didn't pretend it was still perfect." That line alone set off a tsunami of reactions. Some praised her honesty. Others said she was gaslighting the world. Meanwhile, Papoose stayed completely silent. No new posts. No comments. Just that same blank stare caught in every paparazzi photo, like he wished he could teleport to a less dramatic timeline. And then came the petition. A group of fans launched an online petition titled, "Ban Wig Violence at Award Shows. Hold Celebrities Accountable." It gained 60,000 signatures in 24 hours. The petition argued for stricter security backstage, better de-escalation training, and even emotional conflict arbitration. As if Remy and Claressa were going to sit down on a beanbag and work through their trauma with a therapist and a bowl of Skittles. Still, the pressure was mounting. Brands began pulling back. One of Remy Ma's longtime hair sponsors quietly removed her from their homepage. A concert promoter postponed her upcoming show in Atlanta, citing unforeseen internal adjustments. Even Claressa's team had to issue a formal non-endorsement of violence just to stop getting tagged in fight memes. Finally, after nearly a month of digital war, public tears, and emotional ricochets, Claressa posted one final message. "This chapter is closed. I've said what I needed. I meant what I said. And I'm done letting people play with my name." Remy never responded. And maybe that's the final plot twist. Maybe the girl who used to spit bars like bullets is now sitting in a quiet corner, realizing that not all fights are worth winning, especially the ones you start when you're already bleeding. So, where does that leave us? Remy Ma, once the unshakable queen of loyalty, now seen as an emotional wreck at the BET Awards. Claressa Shields, once the GWOAT in the ring, now a polarizing queen in heels, loved by some, loathed by others. And Papoose? Still silent, still unread, still that same blurred-out figure in the background of every viral image, the man who watched two women go to war over him. What started as whispers of tension became a global media circus. And just like that, a birthday, a red carpet, and one snatched wig rewrote the public legacies of 3 celebrity names forever. And honestly, we can't wait for the documentary. So now the question is, who really won? Was this the public unraveling of a marriage held together by image and history? Was Claressa just minding her business until Remy snapped? Or was the whole thing a strategic, wig-snatching, sponsor-snatching takedown from the very beginning? Because let's be real, we didn't just witness a fight. We watched a crown slip. We watched an undefeated champ step off the canvas and into the culture. And we watched one of hip-hop's most loyal love stories get turned into a messy meme moment with 0 commercial breaks. But what do you think? Backhand index pointing right, was Remy Ma justified in going full Mortal Kombat at the BET Awards? Backhand index pointing right, was Claressa really just a friend? Or did that backtouch backstage say it all? Backhand index pointing right, and Papoose, is he the biggest villain of all for staying silent through every single round? Drop your theories in the comments, because this saga is far from over. And don't just sit there sipping, smash that like button if this drama had you screaming. Subscribe to Gossip Spill Vibe for more stories that go deeper than leaked screenshots and hit harder than a BET slap. Because over here, we don't just spill the tea. We kick the table over and post the footage in slow motion.
Stay nosy.
Stay bold. And remember, in this game of wigs, winners, and whispers, some queens throw punches. Others throw parties. Only on Gossip Spill Vibe.